Tutorial number 79, and now we're going to start talking about assemblies or multi-bodies, assemble many parts. In the previous tutorial we learned a lot about the basic sketching and 3D modeling tools, and now we're going to start talking about the assembly. We remember when we start creating a part, we go to the mechanical design, part design, or if you just click on new, you find different types, and when we were creating a single part, we just choosing part. Okay, let's call it part 1, and let's create any sketch. Exit, and we can make it a pad as we learned. Okay, so now we have part 1. It's called part 1, and let's create another part. File, new, part, and you choose part. Okay, and you call it part 2. Okay, and let's create any extruded profile. Let's make a circle. Exit, and let's make it a pad. Okay, so now we have two different parts, part 1, part 2, and let's save part 2, and we have part 1. Let's also save it as part 1. So we have two parts, and this just remind you before starting an assembly. In the previous tutorial we learned using all these tools, so you should be familiar with all these scene icons in front of you and before we start going to assemblies. And now the first thing in assembly is the name of the assemble. So for example, let's start, go to new, and here you should start to find product. So product, it means the assembly, and in different CAD programs it's called assembly, and in CATIA it's called product. So this is the starting of your assembly. So in the next tutorial we're going to know how to insert the parts into your product. And also one point I want to show, we started product from file new, and you can also start a product or assembly file. You go mechanical design, assembly, design, you will create another product. So now we knew the difference between part and product and the two different ways to start your product. And in your product workbench you can see a different bunch of tools and icons here, which we are going to cover in the next tutorials.